Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So my name's Katie and today we're going to be talking about some 5-star, that's 10 but 5-star book predictions. So I think I've done 1 or 2 of these videos maybe in the past. I don't know why I don't do it more. I feel like I'm kind of bad sometimes at predicting books that I'm going to give 5 stars to. Maybe I should react to my one that I did. I think I did about this time last year. See A, if I've read those books and B, if I gave them 5 stars. I know definitely one I did because I think I had The Trouble with Peace on there and that was definitely a 5-star book. But yeah, so anyway, I try to read books which I think I'm gonna give 5 stars to. Like, I would never go into, well, unless I was hate reading, which I don't really do, but except from, you know, kissing the coronavirus. But anyway, that's a whole other topic. But yeah, so generally if I'm reading a book, I think I will give it 4 or 5 stars. I think there's some books which I feel like I know that I might not give it 5 stars, but I still think I'll enjoy it. But like some books I'm like, I just know I'm gonna love this. So yeah, so I want to talk about that here. So I'm gonna cheat very slightly with a couple of the books, and because they're not quite out yet when I'm filming this, although I don't know when I'm actually gonna upload it. So by the time I upload it, it's possible the book might be out. So the first one is Speaking Bones by Ken Liu, which is the final book in the Dandelion Dynasty series. And I feel like I just know this book is gonna be so good and probably destroy me and probably like, yeah. I just, the way, like the series is just so good and I feel like it's just getting better and better. And the way the Veiled Throne sets up this book is just so good, because it's basically like the Veiled Throne and Speaking Bones were like meant to be one giant book, but they split it into 2 because like each one's about 900 pages. So yeah, and I just love all the characters so much and I just feel like the conclusion is going to be amazing. So yeah, I cannot wait for that one. And I feel like it's going to be 5 stars. And then another one obviously is not out till September, but Nona the Ninth. I just know it's going to be 5 stars. Like, it could literally be 500 pages of Nona and Noodle baking cakes and I would still give it 5 stars. Like, something really drastic would have to happen to make me hate it. Or like, not even hate it, just give it like 3 stars. Because just, yeah, it'll just get 5 stars, I feel like. But yeah, so some books are actually out now and not just continuations of series I already love. So one that I feel like I'd seen like maybe on Amazon sometimes but never really paid that much attention to, but then I did my like cozy fantasy like 5 books in 5 minutes video and there were so many. I would recommend watching that video, not just to self-promote, but there were so many good comments on that video with books that I thought sounded really good. So and one comment that was, I feel like it was mentioned maybe twice, or like someone commented and then someone else said, oh yeah, that's good, was The Hands of the Emperor by Victoria Goddard, and this one just sounds so good. But it's really long, so I haven't bought it yet because I do funny things with my Kindle. Like, I like certain books in certain orders, so I haven't bought it until I finish like the books I'm currently reading, because I don't like too many unread Kindle books anyway. Their ebook is like 900 pages or something. But I think I will enjoy it. Yeah, well, I think I'll probably actually love it. So I think it's like a cozy fantasy. A lot of the reviews on Amazon were like comparing it to The Goblin Emperor. And it just sounds really good. So it sounds very much like cozy slice of life fantasy, but I think it's like this emperor and maybe his like assistant or something, some kind of assistant or like secretary or treasurer or something, and they basically like go on holiday, I think is the gist of the book. And I think it's like the friendship, and it just sounds really good, and I just love the like cozy. I feel like I'm really into like cozy fantasy at the moment. I just need that like comfort factor, and yeah, I just think it's gonna be good. So I'm sorry I don't know that much about it. But I think I will enjoy that. Okay, then another book which I've seen a lot of on like Twitter and stuff is The Vanished Birds by Simon Jimenez. And this one just sounds like really good. That was stupid. It just sounds like it's going to be kind of almost like cozy but also emotionally devastating, which I also kind of like those books. And I've heard really good things about his writing, and yeah, I just love a bit of good like found family sci-fi. So I'll read you the synopsis. So, a woman out of place and outside of time, decades of travel through the stars are condensed into mere months for Nia Imani even. The captain of a transport ship contracted to the Mumbai company. She lives only for the next paycheck until the day she meets a mysterious boy fallen from the sky. Then, broken by his past, he is now hunted, so the boy was born with a gift that threatens the Mumbai company's vice-like control of the settled worlds. Fumiko Nakajima, the matriarch of the bird-like stations used by Mumbai to control vast tracts of space. I can't read today. It's been too long. Has been searching for someone with his ability for centuries. She has found him. Spanning decades and crossing light years, their story will take them to the fringes of settled space where the laws of civilization do not apply, where ultimately he will have to decide between fate, family and humanity. Oh, and there's a quote on the back which compares it to an N.K. Jemisin novel. Okay, maybe it's not going to be very cozy. But I feel like it's going to be really like moving and just a great time, so I'm very much looking forward to reading this one. And we also have Shards of Earth, which I recently bought myself the audiobook for, by Adrian Chbosky, and this one is again a sci-fi. I really like some of his other books. I think I've read Doors of Eden, which was great, and Children of Time, and I've definitely read some other ones. Oh, Elder Race, that was really good, but that was more fantasy, but like fantasy sci-fi blend. But anyway, so I really like his writing because I feel like it strikes a good balance between like kind of humorous but in a really like more witty way. I don't know. Anyway, they're good. And this one I don't know too much about, but I think it's like they're on this ship and they discover these like lost ruins or something of like an ancient spaceship. And then or like some alien artifact or something, and then they're like being hunted down by the government, and it just sounds like a lot of fun. I think I'll enjoy that one. That's all I really have to say about it. Yeah. Okay, then we also have The Splinter King by Mike Brooks, which is the second book in the like Black Cave series. I'm not entirely sure what the whole series is called, but anyway, so I really enjoyed The Black Coast. I think I gave it 4.5 stars, but just like reading the description for The Splinter King makes me think I'm gonna love it even more. And this is a really great fantasy that is kind of like just a bit different. So instead of focusing on like war and stuff, in the first book, the main goal is like they're trying to find peace, but that's like even more of a struggle than fighting would be. So yeah, I just really like that kind of twist on what you typically get in a fantasy book. Another book that does that really well is The Veiled Throne by Ken Liu. Another plug of the Dandelion Dynasty series. But yeah, it's just really interesting world, and I really like all the characters. So I'm excited to see like what happens in The Splinter King, because I think we follow slightly different characters, like the same kind of characters, but like maybe some of the characters who were like more side characters in the first one are now main characters, and I quite like it sometimes when fantasy series do that, so you get a slightly different focus. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. This book came out like about a year ago, and I was really excited to read it like as soon as it came out, but I was waiting for the audiobook, because I really enjoyed the audiobook of The Black Coast, but like the audiobook for The Splinter King in the UK has just never come out, and I feel like now it's just time to give up. So I'm just finally gonna read it like physically. Yeah, if anyone knows why the audiobook never came out, like Orbit, if you're watching this, I don't know why you would be, but in case you are, I would love the audiobooks. But anyway, so that's that one. Okay, then another series which I have actually already read the first one for, but I'm probably going to reread the first one before continuing on, and that is The Ninth Reign by Jen Williams, and then the second two books are The Poison Song, I think, and The Bitter Twins. And I think I gave the first book like 4.5 stars, but I feel like the next two books in the series could potentially be like 5 stars. And this series is just like, again, it's one of those like kind of fun, slightly chaotic fantasy vibes. Definitely the main character gave me kind of the similar vibes to a Natural History of Dragons type character. And yeah, it's just really fun. So following this, I've kind of forgotten all their names. This is why we need to reread the first one. And so there's this older character, and she also like recruits this like strapping young man who, yeah, and then together they are going to like investigate some sort of dragon ruins or something along those lines. And they also end up meeting this witch called Noon, who's like run away from the like witch where like all the witches live. She's run away because it's quite oppressive there. And so then they like team up, and then but Noon is being hunted down, and there's various like conspiracies. There's these magic, like an ancient magical race type thing that have gone into like disappeared and not been heard from in a while, and there's these like magical trees, and there's a lot of random stuff, but it's really fun. I remember really enjoying the first one, and I think I will really enjoy the like rest of the series as well. So yeah, looking forward to that one. So then we also have Skyward Flight by Brandon Sanderson, which is like a 3 novellas in the Skyward world, which I feel like I could really love this book, because like I love all 3 characters that we're going to be following in the novellas, and obviously I love Sanderson, if you couldn't tell. Yeah, so I just feel like I'm going to enjoy this. It's not, I feel like this isn't the kind of book that you would read, like you would read Skyward if you hadn't read the series before, but yeah, I feel like I'm gonna enjoy this. I haven't heard loads of things about them, maybe because they came out a while ago, and I was like waiting for the like bind up to come out because I didn't want to pay for them individually. And well, originally I was going to read them on audio, but then the audiobook narrators are different from the main Skyward series, so I just thought I'd get it physically, and I'm actually pleased I did, because these illustrations, they're so good. And they have yeah. Oh, they're so good. And Jürgen, I love Jürgen so much. So yeah, there he is. Yeah, so I'm very much looking forward to this, and I think it'll be fun. So you could definitely see myself giving this 5 stars. And then we also have She Gets the Girl by Rachel Lippincott and Alison Derrick, which is such a pretty cover, and this is like a sapphic rom-com basically, and I can just see myself loving this. Yeah, that's all I really have to say. It sounds like so much fun. I think it's set in like university or college, and these 2 girls who are trying to like get their like crushes, and so they decide to team up to try and help each other get their like crush, but then they end up growing close to themselves, which just sounds really cute, and I think it's just going to be a great time. So yeah, very much looking forward to this one. Actually, that reminded me of another romance book which isn't actually out till June. I know I said I wasn't going to do any more new releases, but I just feel like I'm going to love it. And that is The Perfect Crimes of Marion Hayes by Cat Sebastian. I love Cat Sebastian's books. I've read a few of them. And I've read The Queer Principles of Kit Webb, which is like the first book in this, like, I don't know if it's a series or a duology or what, but so this is like the sequel to that. So following Marion, who in the first book, one of the main characters, Percy, Marion is like his I think he's technically his stepmother, but like kind of more like childhood friends. And then but Marion is a great character, and then also the love interest for Marion is going to be Rob, who's another great character in Queer Principles of Kit Webb. So I'm just really excited to see like their story. Yeah, I think it's going to be really good. They're just very like, I feel like cozy like historical romances. I also read her like Missing Page and Hither Page, which is again a really, really cozy like mystery series. And yeah, so I'm really looking forward to this one. So yeah, there's that one. I feel like I'm just pulling books out my head Okay, so I think we'll leave it there for now because I feel like I have talked about quite a few books in this video. I do tend to waffle on. So yeah, let me know in the comments a book you think you will give 5 stars to. I'd really love to know. And I feel like 5 stars kind of sometimes just depends on like my mood and the vibes. I'm not the most critical reader ever, but you know, my ratings are mainly for like me, and I tend to do ratings like A, how much I enjoyed it, and B, like whether I would reread it, especially like the kind of difference between a 3-star and a 4-star sometimes. Yeah, anyway, so if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and consider subscribing if you haven't already. And yeah, I hope everyone is having a really good day, and I'll see you next time.